Well, today is the day that Minecraft the Buzzy Bees update finally releases. So what we're going to be doing in this video is taking a look at the main features of this update, plus a few of the smaller features. And I do want to point out that some of these features, they are present on Java, but they are not part of Bedrock as of yet, such as cracked Iron Golems. So you have to keep that in mind. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at these features. The first feature that we're going to take a look at is going to be the bee nest. Now for the bee nests, they can be found within 3 separate biomes. They can be found in sunflower plains, or flower forest. And wherever you find yourself a bee nest, you'll find yourself a bee. And although over here we do ourselves a few bees just flying around, well, we did have a few bees flying around. If I were to go and grab the spawn egg, this is what the bees look like. And they are really cool inside the game and actually make Minecraft feel a little bit more alive. So most importantly, if you go ahead and put them near flowers, any kind of flower will work. It can even be a wither rose, which I would not recommend doing that because they will get withered and they will wither away. It's not a good thing at all. We need these bees alive to keep Minecraft alive. And they're just going to go ahead and pollinate. They're going to go ahead and give you honey, just like we are. And then you can go ahead and right click with a bottle and you get yourself some honey bottles. And oh my goodness, that bee was very angry. That bee does not like me selling the honey. As a matter of fact, if you want to go ahead and do it as safely as possible, make sure that you go ahead and put a campfire underneath these things. And now, when I cook the bees, it's just going to go ahead and make them go to sleep. I mean, you know what? Everybody needs to sleep. Even bees. And that's basically how you'll be able to go ahead and obtain the honeycombs or the honeys just in the safest way possible. Now, if you do have yourself the honey bottle, you can also go and turn it into sugar. So if I put that right there, as you can see, we get 3 sugar out of the mix. And also, if you are poisoned, it's also going to go ahead and get rid of your poison effect. If you want to go ahead and get yourself the honeycomb, of course, the power of the debug stick, I'm going to go ahead and magically fill this back up, and we can just go ahead and use shears, and that's how we get ourselves the honeycombs. Now, getting yourself 4 honeycombs will allow you to go ahead and get yourself a honeycomb block. And these are purely for decoration. They don't do anything. They're just here just to make your world look nice. And anyway, if you get yourself 4 honey bottles, then you get yourself some honey blocks. And don't worry, you still get the bottles back, but of course you will be able to go and get yourself this new magical redstone component. But also, is there water underneath there? I think there's water underneath there. I actually did not know there's water there when I made this little area. But anyways, there's also, okay, there's no water over there. Very strange. But these will basically go slow you down, and you cannot jump a full block. But you can still go pub slabs, so that's still a thing. But if you wanted to go and use this for like redstone, then you can go and do that, or you can use it for parkour. Because if you go ahead and go all the way up here, you can basically go and slide down it. You also get yourself an advancement as well, or an achievement if you're playing over on Bedrock. But as you can see, we can just go ahead and go down just like this, and it makes some really cool little effects for parkour. They basically work exactly like a slime block would, so whatever kind of slime block contraption that you can make right now, you can use with honey blocks. So the only thing that's different about them is that they're sticky and not bouncy. So it's still pretty cool nonetheless. Now if you do want to go ahead and turn them back into honey bottles, you can do that by simply putting 4 bottles inside the crafting grid, grab your honey block and put that right there, and then you grab yourself your honey bottles, and then you can then go and eat those or drink them up, whatever you classify them as. Now the beehive can actually be crafted. You craft it just like that, and I'm only using spruce planks just for an example, but you can use any kind of plank that you want. You can even mix and match them, which is pretty nice. But this is basically just like the bee nest, but just artificial, and it works the exact same way. But the bees, they're still going to treat this as a home, but they probably won't like it as their home. They probably will disagree that's their home, because you know what, it's not the bee nest where they were born and raised. But you know what, they're bees. What do they know? There is a bunch of small features. I'm not going to go over every single small feature, so please keep that in mind. But if you want to know every single feature, there will be a link down below to the complete changelog. But we have ourselves the first thing, which is going to be involving a parity between Bedrock and Java. And you can now use slabs to craft the composter or composter, however you pronounce this thing. I still don't know how to pronounce it. Yeah, even the llamas are looking at me like, yeah, you know you said it wrong, right? Yeah, I probably did say it wrong. But still, you can go ahead and use slabs now, which is pretty nice. Also, you can use redstone on bells. So if I go and ring that, you can't really hear the bell because I have my sounds turned down. But still, you can still tell that's activated because it's going back and forth. But anyways, we do have ourselves the campfire, and this is a very small change. You can now go ahead and use a shovel, any kind of shovel, to go ahead and get rid of fire. Now, I really don't know about how a wooden shovel would work with this, because a wooden shovel trying to take out fire. I mean, when it catches a shovel on fire, probably so. But you can still do that if you really wanted to. But also, we do have ourselves a small change for Prismarine, the Dark Prismarine variant, that is. So you can now go ahead and craft Dark Prismarine by using black dye instead of an ink sac. I mean, it makes sense, right? I mean, these were introduced within the last 1.14 update, and of course, Village to Village. And of course, they finally made that change. But next up, we do have ourselves one involving the Iron Golem. And yes, I call him Fred. Fred is going to be our friend for today. Now, I want to point out that this feature that we're about to look at, excuse me, how rude. Get out of here. Get out of here. Please, get out of here. I'm sure what this dude is just not getting me alone. Back to what we're talking about with Fred the Iron Golem. So, Fred here is going to be our test subject because there is a new change for the Iron Golem. So, whenever you go ahead and attack him, he's now going to go ahead and start to crack. So, as you can see, I can go ahead and whack him after a few strikes, 4 strikes. Then Fred gets cracked. And it's going to be different depending on the weapon you use. But if I continue doing this, eventually he's going to go crack even more. And he's going to crack even more. And then eventually he's just going to go and die. Yeah, the Iron Golem, rest in peace. You know what, I'm going to go put that flower there just to go and remember him. But anyways, the bee is actually very excited to see the Wandering Trader. Oh, no, he's just wanting the flower. You want the flower? Here. It's also how you go and breed them as well. If you go ahead and grab yourself some flowers. And as you can see, you got yourself a baby bee. And they are so adorable. And this is where things can get very, very scary. Because all these different bees, if you go in and whack them, all bees around the area, they're going to get very angry. Even the baby bees are going to get very angry. They're going to come after you. Then they're going to go and sting you. And then, you know what? They're going to eventually die after that. But if you actually have yourself a flower, they still don't care, okay? You know what? I'm going to get away from those because they are very dangerous. But with that note, that's pretty much it for what I wanted to talk about within this video. But yet again, Minecraft 1.15, it is releasing today, and it's going to be a very, very fun update for a lot of people. And of course, if you don't care about bees, then you know what? Hopefully, it'll still be a fun update. But if you enjoyed this video, let me know by leaving a like on it and subscribe so you never miss an upload. For now, I hope you have a logical day, and I will catch you next time. Bye!